Rollerblading is dangerous. Please don't try this at home. And YouTube made me issue this warning because they keep taking down my bloody videos. Storytime, boys and girls. There have been multiple instances over the years where rollerblading has had viral moments and it's managed to permeate mainstream culture and get some exposure just outside of the core community of rollerblading enthusiasts. One such instance was in 2013 when Richie Eisler released his Pro Skate promo called Richie Eisler in Canada for USD Skates. It commenced with this epic grind in Vancouver, which a lot of people liken to Jet Set Radio, where you can just grind forever and ever. Richie went on an absolute killing spree all through the city. It was filmed by Danny Beer and includes this absolutely beautiful true spin fishbrain, switch and natural.
I started off starving, now they got me out here Brett Favre, trying to see if I still got it.
And it concluded with this epic pavement gap to magic slide. The video was picked up by numerous streetwear websites and many of them referred to Richie Eisler as a hipster rollerblader. Whatever works. Either way, the video clocked up over 1 million views on YouTube, and the clip of Richie doing the epic backside on the massively long road barrier has been shared all over the place. Another viral moment occurred in 2018 when Joe Atkinson recorded the first double loop on rollerblades, potentially on any extreme sport. Definitely on rollerblades, when he did it in Manchester as part of his promo for his pro skate for Rossi's. Despite spreading like wildfire on social media and being picked up by a bunch of media sources, there were some naysayers that complained that it didn't count because his feet didn't touch the surface all the way around. But in 2020, Joe Atkinson went to Australia and did an even better one where his feet definitely touched all the way around, and it was beautifully captured by Dom West. Take that, haters. In 2020, Nils Janssens released Breeze, which was a promo for his second pro skate from Rossi's. It was beautifully shot. It looked like the kind of thing you would expect to see on mainstream television, and it clocked up over 397,000 views. And it also featured this absolutely beautiful line in Sicily, as well as this absolutely perfect 540 Soyale. And another example of rollerblading viral success happened in 2022 when Jimbo Hawkins, aka Air Manatee, proved that a belly does not stand in the way of greatness. This well-executed backflip out of a ramp and the following soundbite.
You might not like it, but this is what the peak male athletic form looks like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
Projected him to international notoriety. He ended up getting hooked up with them skates. He's got numerous other endorsements, and he basically travels the country doing appearances and backflipping pretty much anything that comes his way, including a mini mega ramp. But the video I want to talk about today took place in 2011 and involved Jake Healy, the owner of Loco skates and former sponsored rollerblader, Sim Warren, who is also a great rollerblader. He was a prominent figure in the UK for several years. He had a really good section in Reflections in Concrete and a couple of other releases. He was also responsible for putting together the Enigma Team video, which is a certified UK classic and was incredibly influential. In fact, a lot of people still name it as their favourite UK video to this present day. You may remember the video because it featured this totally insane disaster true spin topside porn star by Fraser Watson in California. And last but not least is Sam Tuffnell, another prominent figure in the UK skate scene. He has appeared at a bunch of competitions over the years, had a stack of footage out. He was sponsored by Loco Skates. I also think he was sponsored by USD at one point and Rossi's another point as well. But during this time, he was promoting a new pro wheel that he got from Loco that they did in conjunction with Undercover. Sam has been involved in the UK scene for decades, and he's still skating to this day, still skating at an incredibly high standard. He's got clips in the most recent City Life video, which was called Steve Cullis Special Branch, which featured this absolutely mental drop-in. And this perfectly executed kinky sweat stance.
Sam Tuffnell, no fear, sweat stance.
Those three guys and a bunch of their friends set off to Hastings on a weeknight with the intention to cause some trouble, but I'll let Jay Keeley from Local Skates set the scene.
We are here in Hastings, it's 10 o'clock at night, and we've driven all the way from Brighton to Hastings to come to this specific location where there is a speed camera on a hill, and we're going to try and break the speed limit. Set off the camera.
Let's see if he sets it off. Yeah! So we've got a working speed camera?
Got a working speed camera.
As you can see from the footage, there were a few attempts just to figure out some logistical things.
Spot maybe a bit higher, but just keep skating. And then just do that and then go through it.
Strategies were discussed.
Oh, woo!
We need the high vis. I think we need a high vis vest. He's wearing a black jumper and I don't think it's going to pick him up.
Come all the way down. As soon as you get to this bit, it just flattens out. Like you lose a lot of speed, so you're just going to have to keep skating as hard as you can, in, like even through it, or like even up to the beginning.
Wardrobe changes were made.
Okay, this is attempt 3. This time with a high visibility vest.
Come on, Sam!
Help it. Go on! Well,
Oh man.
it was the car. I think it put him off, had to slow down. So I think we can go faster. I think we can still do it.
Until, eventually...
Come on, Sam!
Oh! Oh, he's done it!
No way. Sam Tuffnell has just set off a speed camera gun, probably 35, 40 miles an hour, in Hastings.
Within days of being uploaded to YouTube, the video was all over local, national, and online news sources. It was picked up by the Daily Mail, it was picked up by the Metro, the Mirror, the Express, TNT, and ITV News. And as you can see here, it also featured in a bunch of newspapers. One commentator said they saw it in their national newspaper in Finland, another one said they saw it in their national newspaper in Italy, and someone even saw it in a newspaper in Norway. Apparently, it even featured in the UK's most prestigious newspaper, The Sun. Doesn't get much better than that. And another commentator pointed out that it was the top story on the AOL homepage. Remember AOL dial-up? That noise was horrendous. Also, is AOL even still a thing? I thought that died with like Napster.
Founded an internet company that let folks download and share music for free.
Kind of like Napster?
Exactly like Napster.
To date, the video has had more than 457,000 views. That is a lot of views. One comment said, "This is mad promotion for local skates," and they were right. This video was so popular and spread so far that Jake and Sam were even invited onto BBC Radio, and the resulting interview was pretty funny in very awkward moments.
How's it going?
What are we doing?
Talking on some radios. Do you know?
Live radio, yo.
Yeah, they appealed at 6 o'clock this morning saying, if you're out there, contact us.
Once the presenter starts firing off the questions, Jake Healy unleashes his dry, sarcastic wit, which he is known and loved for.
Are you interested by the response of the national media to this?
It's been quite a lot of fun actually the last few days. Obviously they need a story, so they like to run with the kind of road safety campaigners side of things. But we've been kind of giggling like naughty school children for the last 5 days.
Do you feel, okay, let me ask you, are you irresponsible guys?
No, we hold down jobs and everything.
Right, okay, and everything, right, okay. Do you fear, Sam, that someone might get on their rollerblade and try and do a similar thing?
Well, I think, to be honest, it's been done many areas already, but it just hasn't been recorded. And I mean, we haven't really had any major incidents because of it.
Right.
Then the presenter got onto the topic of safety, and Sam Tuffnell just looked bemused with the whole situation.
But you weren't wearing sort of padding, and what about other road users and the like? What if someone had sort of seen you, got freaked and swerved, and you you have to say that sort of thing, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, most of the time we were there, we had many of the people obviously saw in the video, making sure that the road was safe. There wasn't any cars coming like on the same side of us. But I mean, yeah.
Although the radio presenter did ask one good question.
Tell me, have you got anything else up your sleeve that you're going to do?
Well, I've got many of kind of ideas up my sleeve, but
give us a sneaky preview of one of them, which is going to worry someone.
Okay, well we've had an idea of jumping the Brighton Pier with like a ramp each side, but obviously everything costs a little bit more money than your pocket. So we just need to find some kind of corporate funding.
A ramp on a barge or something?
Well, ideally, I mean, yeah, like we would like to do it in the sea with like a ramp either side on barges, maybe towed by like a jet ski or some kind of big rolling or something, and yeah, just
right.
Turn some heads.
There's more people in authority shaking their heads and looking very worried.
I seriously think we need to set up a GoFundMe to get Sam to jump over the Brighton Pier. I'd donate a tenner to that. In addition to being shared on a bunch of websites, featured in loads of newspapers and getting attention on national radio, there were a lot of positive comments underneath the video itself. One comment said, "Can't imagine what it would have been like in the control room. Just a bunch of confused employees gathered around a computer monitor going, what the hell is that?" Another person said, "What I liked most is the police lamenting the fact that there was nothing they could do about it."
Yeah, cheers, the LAPD, man.
Yeah, and?
Another person suggested you guys should try and set off as many speed cameras as you can in the UK. If you've set off one, it's pretty much the same as setting off them all. That kind of seems like something that would be a monumental waste of time. And another person said, give the Guinness Book of World Records a call. It wasn't all positive though. Quite a few people, including this guy in the comments, thought that Sam deserved to be fined for breaking the speed limit like any other road user. And quite a lot of road safety campaigners were pretty vocal about their disgust for the prank, and a few of them even reported Sam to the police and tried to get him arrested. I'm sure those people are a lot of fun to spend time with. Can you imagine being arrested just for rollerblading down the road? I mean, even if he was going pretty fast, that would be the dumbest criminal conviction ever. And if you had to apply for a job and they were like, "Oh, have you ever been arrested?" "Oh yeah, I was arrested." "What were you arrested for?" "Rollerblading." What? But as it turns out, neither Sam or Jake had to worry about getting into trouble with the authorities, because it turns out the whole thing was a ruse. Or you might call it a con, or you could even call it a hoax.
Never let the rail own you. I own that rail.
Sorry, not sorry. The group did go to Hastings that night with the intention of setting off the speed camera, but when things didn't work out, they decided to get a little bit creative. Jake Healy actually fessed up about the whole thing in an interview I did with him in 2021 for Platform, an incredible podcast that you should check out. I'll let Jake tell the story.
Do you remember the Tuffnell wheel viral video where we set the speed camera off?
Yeah, where he had the high vis on, and it ended up in was it local newspaper or radio or something? And then people were pissed off at you,
news,
saying you were reckless and
yeah. So we the next day, well, a couple of days after, every newspaper, Daily Mail, The Sun, The Telegraph, every single, like, I've got a stack of newspapers with the story on, and then like a bunch of news programs, bunch of radio programs. It was properly viral. And
that was the intention. Like, you obviously, that's what you wanted to happen.
Well, it's Sim Warren who was behind it. So Sim's like a genius at making viral videos. It's his like third one he's done, which it's gone properly viral. But yeah, the exclusive is it was completely faked. Like we didn't set up a speed camera in the slightest. We just obviously
just a flash.
Yeah, obviously just we obviously just got a slave flash and just set it off. Because we went there to set off a speed camera. We were like, do you reckon you could set up a speed camera on a pair of skates? And then when we got there, we were like, well, don't really look like you're going fast enough, to be honest. And like, you're probably not big enough to set it off. Like, and then this whole thing with the high-vis vest and all that sort of thing. And, but we'd planned for not setting it off. We were like, yeah, if we don't set the speed camera off, we're just going to fake setting the speed camera on. So we just had like a slave flashed it twice. But I can't believe we got away with that so easily, because no one even called it out. Like there was like thousands of comments because it was a viral video.
Yeah.
And it was actually like one person in the comments went, yeah, I reckon they faked that. And everyone else was just like, oh wow, I can't believe you set the speed camera off.
But the thing that works...
Surely you can't set a speed camera off on skate. Surely, I don't know, maybe they work in different ways. But
yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. I'd imagine there has to be certain criteria before the camera takes a photo.
Well, everyone seemed to think that you could.
But
because everyone fell for it, including every national newspaper in the UK.
The beauty of that video is there's no way to verify it, because it's not like they can contact, the local authority and get that information, because they'll be like, no, we're not giving that to you. Like, that's no.
Yeah.
So
we faked it. And we were going to make a little documentary thing about like how we faked it and everything, and then like have all the clips from the news and stuff, but we never got around to that. So there you have it.
So 10 years after the incident took place and they fooled the entire world into thinking that a rollerblader had set off a speed camera, Jake was finally truthful and said, yeah, they just made it all up.
Tell me sweet little lies.
But it's tough to be too mad at them, because the fact of the matter is they set out to get some promotion for rollerblading, they set out to get some promotion for the shop, and they achieved both those goals. Were they dishonest about it? Yeah, but the fact is, it is pretty funny, and they did manage to trick a lot of people. Of the 300 plus comments that are on the actual video, most people are just praising it and saying it's unbelievable, or it's wild, or they're dangerous, they're reckless, or they're mad about it. Very few people actually question the validity of setting off the speed camera. There were only a few comments which I found. One person pointed out, every time they filmed the whole speed camera, no reaction. On the last try they don't, great success. Maybe they used a flash from a digital camera. And good old Michael Lee said, lol, school dropouts, high vis for radar camera, LMAO. So there you have it, the viral video where a rollerblader sets off a speed camera that never actually happened. I actually thought it was a pretty funny prank, and I can't believe they got away with it for so long. I can't believe it was in national, international and online media and no one questioned it. None of the newspaper articles that I read had any doubts whatsoever. It was only a few people in the comments section on YouTube. Let me know what you think. Are you a fan of it? Are you not? Do you think they were dishonest, or do you think it was genius? I want to give a massive shout out to my Patreon supporters. They are listed on the screen now. If you want to join the Wheel Scene Patreon, you can do so for as little as £3 a month. There's exclusive videos, photos, all sorts of other nonsense on there. And as always, let me know what you think of the video. Leave a comment below. What kind of viral videos would you like to see in rollerblading? Which ones have not been done yet that you think are a good idea? Yeah, let me know.